All right. What's going on, everybody? It's me. I'm RDV. And wait, you're not Zach. What?
It says so right there. I am not Zach.
That's right. Zach went to the nursing home today for his job, and the ill people, zombies, got him. Uh, he is indisposed right now. He
Maybe
cannot.
I see. I just figured if he wasn't here, he'd be bobbing for apples.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe somewhere. Who knows? Or the apples are bobbing for him.
In Russia, apples is bob for you.
Yes, killer apples. Oh man. So yeah, Halloween night, man. Not much going on. World Series game. Well, game four was it?
Yeah, it's a blowout. It's about to get really, really ugly. If Jankowski, who wasn't good enough to play for a 100-loss Reds team, is about to win a World Series ring, kind of makes me chuckle. If he gets a hit here, this game is more than over. So
Right.
back to Halloween. Do you have any trick or treaters? And he
Uh
did. It's oh my God! It's in the bobble by the center fielder. This could clear the bases. And nope. They held the runner at third. 7-0.
wow. What
That
inning?
means in 3 innings, Travis
Wow.
Jankowski has more postseason productivity than Joey Votto has in his entire career.
I you know what I like watching for baseball? The highlights on Instagram. I get to see the clips of the best plays. It's like NASCAR. They highlight the crashes and that's it. You don't have to sit there and watch 4 hours of them just going around in a circle and listen to guys doing commentary who really just shouldn't be on commentary.
Hmm.
No, but yeah, I mean, as far as I mean, I love it. I was watching. There was a highlight of a girls' softball team, where I don't know if it was a playoff game, or whatever, but she got a nice line drive, or she got a nice line drive, caused everybody on the base get. It was basically a grand slam almost, almost went over, but she forgot to go step on the home plate. Well, the other team noticed this and then tagged her out after she was celebrating all her friends. But she wanted to go back on the plate and she got tagged out. Yeah, it is. Like I said, and another one was a guy. It was at Arizona. Gave up like 4 home runs.
Ooh, just while I was texting my brother, Arizona gave up 3 more runs. It's 10-0 now.
Jeez.
Ouch. Well, Jay's happy.
Right? What's on happening? I did Quinn a little to Marania. She says she has all of Zach's apples. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't go bobbing for apples anymore because there might be razor blades in them. I know all that fun stuff as your kid. But no, I had no trick or treaters this year whatsoever. Trick or treating for us was on Saturday, or no, Sunday. That's what it was. Yeah, Sunday night we had trick or treaters from 4 to 7. It was nasty. It was like 40 degrees outside. No one was gonna show up. And then today I have an inch of snow on the ground right now.
Yeah, I looked outside. There were a lot of people going down across the street. I live off of a fairly, I'm not gonna say busy street, but it's not. It's not
Mhm.
a subdivision street by any stretch.
No,
But there's a good sized a couple good sized streets that a lot of trick or treating. And I guess it's not worth it to come across streets because I saw a decent amount of kids there. But once again, not one here. So I'll be eating Reese cups for a while. Darn.
Reese cups. It's actually one of the things I have in my mixed bag. I bought one of those 185 pieces, a Kroger sorted
Mm-hmm.
candy. So I have all these Whoppers that I don't want.
Oh, Whoppers are awesome until your teeth come off in one of them.
I'll save them for you. I'll send you the whole box of Whoppers.
Yeah. About that.
Hey, they'll probably be in better condition than the Pringles I sent you for Christmas.
Yeah, I don't. Well, that was because those guys played. Whoever you shipped them to played punt, pass, and kick with them.
I was just thinking now. Since I have your address, I'll just go down to Walmart.com and just have them delivered to your house instead of me going to the hassle.
Guys, what you guys said? Somebody brought up Pringles in the at the auction the other night, and I haven't had a Pringle in almost 2 years, and I think there's something like $3 a can now.
I don't know about that, but I mean they're like two something. They're almost $3. They're like 2.34 by me. I
They
think
were like $1.50 when I was eating them. Thanks, Joe.
he's doing you a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, kick that diet. Everything's too expensive now, so now you're losing weight because you can't afford the food. Can't afford gas, can't afford food. I mean, you gotta start prioritizing. Do you want heat for winter or do you want food?
Heat or eat? It's a tough call.
You gotta go outside and catch your own food. Get the little stick in the trap to get your own rabbit. The little rope. I think of the Book of Eli. Poor cat. It's like, but anyway, though, we're gonna talk about comic books, and Unday Quinn saying is my pup says hi. If your dog's talking to you, get that dog on the channel right now. I want him on microphone talking to us with camera and everything, because talking animals, that's unheard of. Like John Arbuckle with his cat Garfield. He had Garfield in one of the episodes. Garfield Friends. He brought Garfield on, and Garfield did a song and dancing talent show. And then one day Garfield got sick of it, and he just didn't do nothing. And he's like, and they made John look like an idiot. It's like, but I'm gonna share my thing here. So it's a small week for me as far as books going. I was looking at what's coming out this week, and there really isn't that much that is exciting for me.
Yeah, it's the same here. Considering, I'm not reading Marvel or DC anymore, so
right. well, I'm just there's still a few books I can find that I'm actually looking forward to. But I mean, I'm very picky about what I'm getting. I'm getting some more indies books that I am getting to Marvel, DC. Marvel just kind of fading out. I mean, look at right now. This is a Venom book, but it's basically the story here is that on the cover there, that's Black Widow. Black Widow now has a symbiote, and I looked at the previous issue for the next issue, and it's supposed to be like Venom's in there, and Venom and Toxin have to try to get the symbiote off of Black Widow because she's evil. The symbiote's making her evil.
Hey, you know what's going to happen in the next issue? Venom's going to have to get the White Widow off the Black Widow. But
yeah, it's just I don't understand it, no. But because at first I'm like, why does Venom have boobs? Then it dawned on me, I'm like, oh, hey, that's Natasha. It's just like the point where it's like it's called Venom. You don't have Edward Brock.
Those are boobs
right here.
Really?
I know. Looks like pecs, doesn't it?
It looks like a training bra for a sixth grader.
I don't know.
Well, I guess that qualifies as Marvel, though.
I mean, it could have been Dylan for all I cared. For all I knew, is Dylan do the
Mulvaney?
No.
Oh, the other Dylan.
Dylan Brock. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Is like I noticed that Ram V's off the book. Ram V is now exclusive to DC after everybody left. Now, Ram V is only working with DC for the next 2 years. His contract. So, and which is ironically, Ram V is right here. His Detective Comics is now going to be a bi-weekly book. Yeah, it's I think it's Jason Hawthorne. It's doing the art on here. I forget what it was, but yeah, I don't know. I was kind of not really into. I mean, I look Ram V, but I'm just kind of losing interest in Batman, at least modern Batman. Since I've been reading more and more of the old stories. I've been looking forward to basically reading some more older Batmans.
Yeah, I found a little 3-issue Batman Wildcat miniseries that Chuck Dixon wrote. More entertaining than any Batman I've read new in years.
Right. All right. Well, let's get to my number 5 here. I have to scroll down for this.
Number 5.
Number 5 of the week is Blood Commandment. It's a new number 1. I try to get those some look over. This is Simon Kudransky, the guy who's been writing Something Epic, and before that he wrote A Tongue Called Terror. It's like a little Halloween story, but also I'm getting some Okay, let me tell you the story in here and see if it reminds you of any movies you watch or TV shows. It's about a father and a son who live in like this off the grid, and the son basically is asking him about his dad and about his past, but the dad's reluctant to talk about his past. It's supposed to be a 4-issue horror miniseries, you know. So I kind of get like, whenever someone has reluctant past, but I kind of go back to American Violence with Viggo Mortensen.
Mhm.
So I try to think like that, but I don't know. I like if you looked at the interior art on Town Called Terror, Seisman Kudransky is just phenomenal when he draws art. And I've showed off some of his books issues from Something Epic. I'm curious to see what it's actually going to be about. I mean, other than just a guy has a past, is he a monster, or is he living there off the grid because he's part of the secret order to like stop this monster or something? I mean, I'm just curious. And it's for 4 issues. I mean, if I'm going to do a mini series, I'm gonna probably do it more through Image or anything but Marvel and DC. Marvel DC has proven that a lot of their miniseries aren't that great and are not worth the price.
Yeah, neither are the ongoings, but
Well, that's debatable. So some variant covers. He always does. He's been doing a lot of these with Something Epic. You get like these homage covers. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be going to, like the
that's Lost Boys. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I was kind of concerned about that. Then you got The Last of Us right here.
You know what I like about you know what I don't know that I'll check this out, but I kind of want to give it a shot just because even though I'm a Red Sox guy, I like seeing a comic book creator actually wearing a sports team hat.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
yeah. Where's the Yankees hat?
Yeah. We might actually,
it's said
completely warped.
Something Epic has been like, it has been pretty epic. It's went from a kid who lost his mother to cancer, but even before his mother died, he's always been a kid with overactive imagination, and he sees and talks to these he says being an artist growing up, he never knew his father, and I always thought the kid's supposed to be like a mini artist, and everything he talks to is like these creatures or half drawn superheroes, basically abandoned creations. Basically talks about how we had a lot of times you get like people do create comic book characters and then they're abandoned, or just people who are even just even the ones that don't get published. The ones who just like they're half drawn and then they decide to scrap it. Like they're part of this other world, and and he's being an epic. He has the power to be able to channel his emotions into like imaginations of it's kind of runs a Page Master, if you remember that movie, something like that.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, with Macaulay Culkin back in the day, 90s, about a kid getting trapped inside basic books. Anyway, so like I said, I've exactly it's just him doing the variants too. This is anybody else. This is his art. I love his interior art. Obviously, so it's gonna be like, I guess 4 issues, and I guess it's gonna be demons. But it's weird. I usually don't go for horror, like TV, like movie stuff. But like I've been getting more into the horror comics. But yeah. I'm willing to check this out for $4 and it's 32 pages, and I've been liking his other work, and this is him doing the cover. That's what the interior art. It's gonna kind of look like this, kind of worn down.
See, I kind of think that almost all new comics or horror comics now. Of course, that's just the price tag, but
oh yeah, well, especially when you see like Batman, which is one for what, $6.
Well, yeah, I said I think in January, the average Marvel and DC book, if now eclipsed 5. That is a simple translation for me.
Look at $6 just for the main cover.
Even if I wasn't disenchanted with the comics themselves, there's What we wonder for what's the cutoff? At what point will you no longer support something? I think the $5 standard price for a comic with no extra pages, that's got to be it. I mean, that's
Yeah. Like I said, there are a few books coming out that that are on my list tonight that are like around $7 or $8. But it's only because it's a creative team coming back from the '90s, the post-crisis teams.
look, if somebody wants, if it's a double size or more, $5 is 20 times more than they were when I started.
Yep.
I don't know that's risen faster than the rest of the rate of inflation, which
when I started
crazy.
2003, they were still $2.99. Or at least $1.99. I think they were. I can't remember what
Well,
they were.
they haven't even doubled that. I mean, they were a quarter when I started, so and that's because I started late.
I thought you started there 10 cents.
No, but like some of the other guys, like Rod was buying, probably 12. He probably his first ones were probably 12 cents, then 15, 20. I was a baseball card kid during those years.
Yeah.
So they were already a quarter and about to go up to 30 cents when I started.
Don't blame you. All right. Number 4 this week is Vampiro Dead Flowers, number 2. Sarah Frazetta.
Oh, Midnight Show. I forgot about that. Did you check out number 1 of that, by the way?
Yeah, I own it.
Midnight Show?
Oh, no, not Midnight Show? No.
I recommended that. It's Colin Bunn, I believe.
No, I get a chance to.
Yeah, well, check it out. See if your store still has the first issue. It's kind of like an 80s, monster. It's basically the monsters in a movie. Yeah, at a premiere, they come to life and start terrorizing the small town that was hosting the premiere of the Lost movie. I mean, it's been done a million times, but it was kind of fun. So I said, recommend that, because I know that one. If you didn't know about that wasn't going to be on your top 5. So now you can go on and talk about Vampirella's boobs.
Well, obviously, look, this is Lucio Perillo art and a cover here. You can always tell because he does the painting, and they just kind of just shrink his art down onto comic book form, which is really cool. I said we were talking about that last night with if you guys haven't checked out, I interviewed Dolan Weddick, who is a co-creator of Unholy Nightmare, which is live right now on Kickstarter. We're talking about that, and I basically how I like artists have Instagram pages and they show themselves doing the art. And none of this where it's just kind of like a digital thing they copy paste. I've seen this. I've seen some of this, and I don't want to say anything bad about Merc Publishing, but there is an artist, Jamie Tyndall, where it looks like he just took for Niobe and just copied the cover he did for what was it? I think it was Rogue. You can tell it was the exact same pose and everything. So, but anyway, my point is that I like seeing people do hand draw or paint, and I've seen that with Lucio Perillo. That's one of the reasons why I've really loved his career, is that this guy shows the art. I love old school art. Like, if you're not getting ink all over your hand and arm, are you really an artist?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you just a guy who just goes clicks this, clicks here, uses Photoshop? But like I said, I love when people do the ink and just watching the process going from the pencil to the ink and then the coloring. It's a fun little thing going. But no, so this is Sarah Frazetta, the daughter of Frank Frazetta, or is it granddaughter? Is it granddaughter or daughter?
I think daughter.
Yeah.
He must have had her a bit late in life. I think it is the daughter.
Al Pacino late.
Somewhere in that neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah, so in the very first issue, we covered this last was it 2 weeks ago? Almost feels like 2 weeks. And she's called to this house over one of these guys, whatever people that she hates, died, he left, and she had to show up for the will reading. And then along the way, she comes across this girl who's being haunted by this demon. Turns out to be like her mother that's hovering above her bed. And then, as if that's not already crazy enough, her father, who's also the groundskeeper, is a werewolf. and it kind of leads off where it's just gonna be the werewolf versus Vampirella. So, like I said,
it's kind of a unique idea. I said it.
it's
I like the
more.
Frazetta connection, and it
It's
kind of feels like an old. It feels like the old magazine a little bit.
yeah. It doesn't feel like that. I mean, as much as I love Dan Abbott, bless the man, but his Vampirella series he's doing right now, the Project Superpower stuff, I'm just sick of it. I just want Vampirella. You know, I mean, it's cool that he's doing the sci-fi thing. I just want to have old school Vampirella. Which is one of the reasons why I've been liking Torun Grunbeck's or Grunbeck. I forget what it is. She's the one that's writing the Red Sonja right now.
I would love to have someone take a crack at a Vampirella series with bring back Adam Van Helsing, bring back Pendragon.
Oh my gosh!
Do it in the style of the early to mid 70s Vampirella black and whites, and just stop all this nonsense. Just go back to basics and see if that works.
Like I said, I've been rereading through the Adventures of Vampirella, and that is Anna Van Helsing and her together, being an item. And then you have Pendragon, you have the Dance Macabre, who are basically secret black ops that she's.
I don't need all that. Just give me good old fashioned.
Yeah,
they travel around, they get into adventures, and
unfortunately, whenever you get anytime I get to see Pendragon in anything recently, it's him swapping, being possessed by a gay black man. and then you have Vampirella possessing her older self in the 60s. And I forgot what that was, but that was it Mind Warp? I think it was Vampirella Mind.
I'm literally attempting to roll my eyes.
Yeah.
No, that just gave myself a headache.
Okay. All right. So anyway, this is like a dark horror, gothic horror. I've been liking this. It's kind of what?
You said it's a dark horror. I said horror.
I didn't call her a horror.
No, it sounded like it. I was just clarifying for those that may not be, maybe here for the first time.
My next book is Dark Hawk.
Better than Hawk Girl.
Dark Hawk Girl. All right. I'm surprised they haven't made her Shara black and just make her Jamaican. Really go into it.
I'm just waiting for the Hawk Girl White Widow crossover.
White Widow versus Black Widow. Yeah. All right. So my number 3 is another series that kind of caught me off guard. And the IDW. This is Godzilla. Here There Be Dragons. This has been written by Frank Thierry. Some of you might know him.
I remember him.
Yeah, and Aki Miranda has been doing the entire art. This is Pirates, the Caribbean / Godzilla King of Monsters, kind of crossing over. Sir Francis Drake was hired by Queen Elizabeth to basically go to Monster Island and steal the gold from Godzilla.
Sorry, I was reading Undead Quinn's comment. I was going to say, I was getting ready to ask. I said, "Did you like that series?" And then I saw a second line.
Yeah. Is it the final issue of Heatseeker?
Yes, thank goodness.
No. I might pick it up.
They might have found one group of 2 women they haven't put together yet.
I'm probably gonna buy it just so I can sell it all as a complete set.
Oh, I'm gonna pick up because I'm like you. I don't like having those loose. In fact, it bugged me quitting, even quitting that wretched Tom King series that didn't go anywhere for 9 issues. Finally, doesn't make something annoying or offensive. It just doesn't go anywhere. But I figure at this point, I'd just rather get rid of the other 9 than to get 3 more.
I agree. Yeah,
but yeah, I'll get this just to have the 4 issue, and I don't know why. Again, I should apply that 6-month thing that I say for variant covers.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to care? Not only 6 months from now, 6 days from now. it's going to
Right.
be in a box and forgotten forever. So I don't, it's just one of those things that we collectors do that make no
Yep.
sense to anybody else.
So, like I said, I've been having fun with this. This is so basically the last issue, basically for very first issue, it's been a guy who's basically like a Jack Sparrow. He's on the gallows, getting ready to be hung. Tells his story, and then as the guards don't believe him, they just want to hang him. Like, how dare you speak, about Queen Elizabeth herself and all that stuff. So also this other higher up guy basically like wants to hear the story, offers some wine and stuff, and he tells the story how he was part of Sir Francis Drake's crew. And they're being chased by the Spanish Armada. That one, the one that was basically destroyed. Well, it was destroyed by Godzilla. Godzilla breathed his atomic fire at him and just destroyed the whole entire fleet, except for the save the one guy, the guy who was the leader of the Spanish Armada. And he basically has his vendetta against Sir Francis Drake because Sir Francis Drake killed his family by destroying his boat earlier that his wife and his son were coming to visit him on, during a battle. So basically last issue we had a giant like a lobster on the island, and the guy basically the Sir Francis Drake decides to trick bait the lobster into battling Godzilla so he can sneak into Godzilla's cave where all the gold is. So, and of course things go wrong because he gets jumped by that guy, and it looks like Godzilla's come back. Like I said, it's Pirates of the Caribbean with Godzilla. I never would have thought the cross was over. Historically, it doesn't make sense, but whatever. I don't care. I'm having fun. Art's been great on this. Kirkman's been doing some covers too. And I'm just trying to figure out why does Godzilla have all this gold in his I just want to pop up now, but yeah, why does he have all this gold? But it's my number 3. So let's go to my number 2. But Undead Quinn said his number 3 was Heat Seekers. Go on, honey. Did he have a 4? No, don't think he did. All right, still there?
I'm here.
Okay, you're just really quiet.
I'm scrolling down the League of Comic Geeks to see if I missed anything else, because I said that midnight show, I didn't notice that, and I wouldn't have if I hadn't been doing this with you, so that was worth it.
Where did he? I want to see further down, but my number 2 is Savage Red Sonja. I'm always curious to see when they have new issues coming out by writers. This is Dan Panosian who's doing the writing. Usually does all the variant covers. Says here, so brand new series that harkens back to the classic era of Robert E. Howard's original pulp tales of swords and sorcery. Tasked with retrieving a long hidden gem from crumbled ancient kingdom, G-Devil the Sword is traveling alone through a dangerous wasteland when fate intervenes and her solo adventure is sidetracked by a wayward prince and his bride as they try desperately to escape from a fearsome desert bandits, only to be attacked by a monstrous beast from beneath the sands. Sandworm? That's what I think of every time. And I've never read anything by Dan before. Usually he does all the artists. I know he did a different book before this about like some rocker making a deal with the devil, or at least it looked like it. I don't know. They had like a pentagram on the cover, but I don't know. I
know the name.
Yeah,
he isn't the one that does those grand designs, is it?
Was it Black Tape? I'm thinking of. I don't know what grand design, but I think he might do. I think he might do in black.
No, I can't remember. I know it's not him. But yeah, I said I'm very familiar with the name, but
did Air Demo, Captain America. I'm pretty sure he did the. I think it was Black Tape. Sure has worked on a lot of stuff too. Yeah, Black Tape. That's what it was. That was he did earlier this year.
So
yeah.
this this was your number 2, you said?
This is my number 2.
Yeah, I know this won't be your number 1, but I'm kind of surprised that it's not on your list. It was one row above where you stopped.
Really?
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
go back to where this book was that you, the Savage Red Sonja. Yeah. Okay. Now go up one row.
Red
Now,
Light.
what book would I think that Venkman might be interested in?
Red Light. I looked at this, and it's the artist from Hit Me on this.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this. Yeah, I might give this a shot.
It's on my maybe. Once I get to the store, see what the interior looks like. But
I'm just glad Midnight Show's coming out, because everything else on my pull list feels like I should be wearing a raincoat and on my way into a movie theater with Paul Rubens. So I'm glad there's like one thing that isn't on there.
Right. Yeah. Be sure to pick up your Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom special. With the movie. $7. No, but
yeah, I'll not get right on that.
All right. So I already talked about Red Sonja. I did that. So I'll do a countdown for those who are just joining us. Number 5 was Blood Commandment. Number 1. Number 4 was Vampirella, The Dead Flowers. Number 2. It is number 3 was Godzilla, There Be Monsters, or Here Be Monsters. Sorry. Number 5, indeed, said Red Sonja. Number 1, Savage Red Sonja. Number 1, and my number 1 for this week that I'm actually looking forward to is Return of Superman 30th Anniversary Special.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I forgot. I missed that too. I said, I guess this might be selective hypocrisy, but I will get that because
$10.
It's all the people that did the original stuff, and
yes, Carl Castelli, Simonson, Glenn Whitmore, Jerry Odway, Dan Jurgens. I thought.
Yeah, I don't know who. I don't know who Glenn and Richard are, but like I said, John Bogdanove and Brett. There's all kinds of old timers. Elizabeth Breitweiser.
Yep. Oh. She's there's cover colorist. One of them. Yeah, these. Here you go. Here's the different ones.
Nah, no thanks. I had enough of those 31 years ago or whatever, 30 years ago.
Then there's foil cover. Then there's John Bogdanove variant. He's in the black costume.
Of all the I've probably processed over 100,000 books in the last couple of years, whatever. I've probably seen more of those cut out. Cut out of those Superman issues than anything. Those were spec'd on so freaking hard that I'm not sure I can be convinced that there aren't. I'm not saying they sold more, but there might be more physical copies of those than even X-Force number 1.
Oh,
my God, I can't swing a dead cat without running into a bunch of those.
Where do you get all these dead cats from?
Well, there was one in my yard one time. Stiff as it was weird. I could have picked it up by the tail. It was so dead.
Ew.
I didn't, but
I hope not. No, but I saw this. I was like, dude, I have been a fan of post-crisis Superman. I've been loving the story going through. Drink as much as you want, as long as it's not alcohol. So yeah, I mean, I bought the last year. I think it was last year. Came out with the hardcover. I think it was the Death of Superman, there was with the updated stories about the guy that had the shard of Doomsday that was turning into another one, but there's also hardcover. It was the 30th anniversary special. Yeah. It might have been this year actually. I'm thinking about now. It might have been early this year.
Well, yeah, it probably was because that was also a 30-year celebration. So
yeah. Yeah, so like I said, dude, you have the original people come back and they're just adding on to it. I mean, that's cool to me.
I'm gonna tell myself that the same part of DC that's putting this out puts out the facsimiles and aren't the asshats that keep giving us shit like Fire and Ice and Hawkgirl and Tim Drake, Robin, and that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's funny because this is coming out this week, and so is that Supergirl special, which nobody wants.
Oh yeah, the last time I bought a Supergirl anything that wasn't a art germ cover was, for some inexplicable reason, they got Robert Venditti to write a Supergirl annual.
Wow.
And shockingly, it was a better Supergirl story than any other book in the series.
Believable.
Imagine that.
The bar was that low.
Well, the story was really good, though. I mean, because it was during that year of the villain bullshit, and she was one of the 6, whatever those were.
That was all messed
So
up.
he had to write within those confines, but he was able to pull it off with Hawkman, and he was able to pull it off with Supergirl because he's just that good, at least at DC, which is odd because most people go there to die now.
Wow, his Superman story he wrote, was it the digital ones?
Yeah.
Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Those were awesome. Those were better than anything Bendis or even before they were putting out. They were, to me, they're on level with Post Crisis.
You know, Monkeys on a Typewriter did better than anything Bendis did with Superman, but I guess that's neither here nor there.
Now I'm thinking back to a read we did with the trustees. There's a monkey and there's a paper on fire.
That's an old. I mean, that's an old bit, but yeah.
Oh man, I'm sure the monkeys got upgraded now. They have word processors.
Actually, under quiz, I want to see if Sarah Cho can write a good book. I forgot what is Sarah Cho writing? Because I saw that name come up.
She's doing Red Light.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I saw it. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Why do I know that name? Does she have something else that we've read or not or passed on? Or
I know Amy Cho, but
that's Amy Chu.
Chu, sorry.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But when it comes to Sarah Cho, let me just scroll down to the thing. Sounds familiar, but
yeah, and I don't know if I'm just amalgamating a couple names. So it's amalgamate.
possible. Every time I see Cho, I'm like, is it Frank Cho? Frank Cho? No, it's not Frank Cho.
Holy crap! All 10 of Texas's runs have come with 2 outs tonight. That's big.
She's an exciting new writer.
We'll be the judge of that.
And also, I realized that this is Priscilla, who also did Chariot as well.
Yeah, it's well, it's funny. You get the hottest, it used to be called good girl art by women, by female artists now, because men are terrified to draw like that.
There's your Cho cover, Frank Cho.
I guess they're related,
Maybe.
But I'm pretty. I think I'm right about that, because, like I said, everybody's scared to death of the blue hairs on Twitter, and they savage anything that a man does. So
she's Frank Cho's wife.
Okay.
I didn't realize he was married.
Yeah, he's married to Sarah. She's got a book coming out tomorrow. Crazy, I know.
Right? He's always posting at. Whenever he's at like a con or somewhere, or he's basically. There was one who was actually in a pool. He had 2 girls with him in bikinis, one on each arm. So I'm just like, is this guy just playing the field? Yeah, so I guess he's married.
Well, I'm guessing that she's either the most understanding woman in the world or smoking hot.
Or he's Rob Van Dam. Having 2 at the same time.
Hmm.
All right, let's look at some of the trades come out this week. I got a Super Sons Omnibus right here for $125. If you can, don't get the DCE. Go to In Stock Trades, or maybe ask your comic book shop to buy it from In Stock Trades, and maybe you'll get a deal from them. But yeah, $125. That's insane.
I like the Super Sons, but I will never be on Tevier to Hillam's level with them. And I
mean-
sure as hell wouldn't spend 125 or a discounted
Right.
amount for that. But that's just me. I said very enjoyable series though. All of them were.
Spider-Man, Deadpool, modern era. Wow, that's what I want, right? Modern era.
No.
Batman Gotham by Gaslight Extended Edition trades coming out this week as well. But the late Brian Augustin
Augustin.
Yeah. Monster Size Hellboy hardcover, $150. Then the Lazarus Planet, if you want to read that trade.
Nah.
Daredevil, Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale, Yellow Gallery Edition hardcover, $50. Then we have the JLA JSA Virtue and Vice trade. David S. Goyer, Jeff Johns. I might be picking this up. I don't have all the omnibuses like Zach does.
No.
I don't have a shelf that can hold all that weight.
Did you say all that white?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
That
That's
is true. Where's all the black people here? No wonder he likes this. X-Men 2009 Omnibus pass.
wow.
All right. So was that a wow to this or a wow to the baseball game?
No, I said an omnibus of a 2099 book from 30 years ago that
No one knows.
I said I can't imagine there's much of a print run on that, but I've got to think there are things that are in higher demand that they could have used that paper press time for, but
Right.
so far I haven't seen a single one that I would even consider.
There's Nightwalkers. That's the one I have to call him Bud. That's coming out. I don't know why they don't have a picture of it though, but that's the vampire book I was reading. Yeah. He's smart. Yeah. There you go.
Wow, so what number is that?
263 to 270.
Oh,
This is
that's
volume 25.
Wow. It's weird. They show that in the original. That's how they looked in the late 80s when they first started that series.
Yeah.
Actually, I like the black border with ones a little better, but those looked really nice, especially 35 years ago. Yeah, it was like, wow, these are cool. Now the guy that owns the LCS where I work,
yeah,
he will insist that he gave the lady the idea that turned into Marvel Masterworks. Whether there's any truth to that, I don't know. But that's
yeah. Then we get into some, I guess, manga. And that's it for trades, but I'm curious to see what this X-Men 2099 omnibus is.
a lot of Ron Lim art.
Is it?
I mean, yeah, the 2099s were, and Peter David. I didn't know he wrote any of those, but he wrote all of the Spider-Man 2099s.
Yeah. You mean it wasn't Secret Lando?
Wow, Terry Cavanaugh looks like Robert Englund's less menacing uncle.
Well, look at Ian McKinnon next to him, Pat Mills.
Yeah.
And then Harlan Williams is Tony Skinner.
Wow. Whoa.
See,
You're right.
Yeah. Whenever I see Ron Lim, he just looks like a demon. He has no eyes. It's totally.
Well, you say that. Aaron just sees Tim.
Oh man. Then Pat Broderick with the hats. Yeah, him and Pat Mills with the hats. I'm like, I'm scrolling down. I think it's Frank Miller every time I see anybody with a fedora.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
But,
Pat Broderick looks like he just sold the 11 secret herbs and spices.
right? Looks like Mick Foley lost a lot of weight.
That too.
It's Steve Pooh. It looks like Billy Burke. Let's put glasses on him. This guy from what was that show called with the animals? That's on CBS. The Zoo. That's what it
Oh,
was.
I never watched that, so I
Oh.
didn't know.
Yeah, he was the know-it-all zoologist.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it says 1 through 35. Spider-Man 2009, number 16, 15 of Ravage, Doom number 14, Punisher, 13 X-Men Special number 1, and Oasis in the Nation 2009 1 through 6. So I don't know, man. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's
It's really
in 2099 books, other than Spider-Man, you can pretty much find in dollar boxes. I mean, it's very rarely do they ever climb out of
it's
those.
kind of like Buffy books. You find those in a dollar bin. All the new stuff.
Although I will say, yeah, the new stuff is crap.
Yeah.
The original Dark Horse series was really good.
I said the 2019 version, they did a reboot. Dan Moore was on the first 5 issues, and it was a solid story. As soon as he left, the art went to shit, and the story went to shit.
Well, I'm amazed the last 5 issues because Buffy, the Buffy book was the first book I ever quit because of there's a scene where one of the characters told the other one to check their privilege, never read another Buffy story again. You know, a friend of mine quit the moment Buffy went to bed with a chick, which again, it made no sense in the context of the story. And then all the land whales start shipping Willow and Buffy.
Did you see this? Remember that $125,
Mm-hmm.
$62.50.
Yeah, it's. I mean, again, I have mixed feelings about that. I mean, I like that you can get them for cheaper, but I also, not so much this new stuff, but the older stuff. Hey, what's that Terror thing with Terror in the cover?
That is Atlas Comics Library hardcover, Volume 1. Adventures in the Terror.
Click that on. Now we might have something here
for $25 through Fantagraphics. 180 pages. Marvel Comics 1950s genre titles: War, Crime, Supernatural, and Funny Animal Western under its new Atlas series, with first 8 issues of the pre-Code Horror series Ventures into Terror.
I will if we didn't get that, I will order that tomorrow.
It says the Brain, Torture Room, House of Horror.
I don't know, since I haven't even opened the second one of these yet.
Right? Dang.
Can never have enough.
Yeah, get as much as he wants.
I forgot what was I babbling about when I, like this was like that's the donut and I'm Homer Simpson. Ooh.
You said you're gonna order this because if your shop doesn't have it.
No. Before that, what was I babbling about before that popped up?
Oh, that I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess maybe I was finished with my Buffy rant.
You're talking about Buffy.
And yeah. Okay, yeah. I don't like. It sucks that you can order hardcovers cheaper than stores can even order them.
Yeah,
because I like to be able to go into a comic book shop, and they have the omnibus of like the Silver Age Spider-Man, but a lot of stores can't afford to carry those anymore because nobody's going to buy them from them.
My question is, why don't shops just order from this?
Then my question is, well, it's a lot of work to mark up a little bit, and then people figure out that you've done that, and they go, "Why am I paying even that much more?" And just order from stores or from
most. You gotta think about most people walk into comic stores do not go online looking for books.
Oh yeah, they do.
At least in my area.
That ship has sailed. As far as like most people, you can't not comparison shop now. Everything's too effing expensive not to.
Right. I don't know. Like I said, until Zach told me, I had no idea what the in stock trades or what the other one was. I forgot what it's called, but once I realized, because I couldn't believe, like, why am I spending $50 on something, that should be only be $25-$40?
Oh, I'm not saying that they're definitely overpriced.
Yeah.
But that's that the shops have no control over that.
So what I do, and now that I buy my trades from here, I will go to my shops, when they actually have something in there that I want to get a trade. Sometimes I'll spend full price. Depends what it is.
But I'm saying this. Even I order omnibuses from other sources. Now, I mean, since I work there, I get them. It's cheaper for me to go through the comic book shop now. But for anybody that doesn't, it's just not, and that is unfortunate.
Yep. Captain America Brubaker right here, child. $62.
I pulled the first Winter Soldier out of one of those boxes yesterday.
Nice.
Had a little dent in the corner, so I couldn't go over 100 with it, but that's like $125. The variant's like 400.
Wow.
For one of the variants, but I'd love to have that book, but I've got the trades, and I said it's now. That's that Hulk Epic Collection
here.
Yeah, that is. Our boy Joe's excited. Hell, he probably already got an advanced one. The Wonder Woman Silver Age Omnibus Volume 2, I guess.
Oh yeah, yep. It was $100 down to $60 or $58.
Damn, that's tempting. That's like 700 pages of Steve and Diana cooing over each other. That Hulk Epic Collection, that's a good era of the Hulk. A real good one. Wes did a video today saying he would convince me that I'd want to go out and get all the issues of Philip Kennedy Johnson's Hulk. He convinced me to never go near that title ever.
I saw that video. I'm just not into that.
It's like, 60 years and no one's ever thought to say that when he turns back into Bruce Banner, it's no. I thought that was to me, that was Black Bolt talks. Or Galactus was somebody else's bitch. It's like, maybe there's a reason why it's never been done before. Quit trying to reinvent the Hulk, damn it.
You're trying to reinvent the wheel. Well, we know it's round. Well, let's make it even rounder. It's like I got signed to the book. It says, "This is the wheel here. I'm selling this nice car wheel. This wheel here for this car. But wait, it says it's even rounder. Oh, I gotta get it. It's just no. A lot of times they end up ruining things by trying to make them better.
Well, it's just
it's mainly because they hate how it originally is, and they think that people are just stupid or gonna buy it anyway because they want to have a little bit of pay money from a royalty because they did this version.
Here's the way I look at it. Immortal Hulk. If you look at it as 50 issues of an Elseworlds title, minus the income inequality rant and the whatever, other social justice bullshit that Al Ewing threw in there, it is an excellent story. Now, whatever Philip Kennedy Johnson is doing here might be as well, but and I realize there's no continuity at Marvel anymore. Nobody cares, but this isn't the Hulk. This is. It's like I've got these crazy ideas for this, science fiction monster shit. I'm just going to do it with the Hulk. This is the Hulk right here, or even aggressive Bruce Banner intelligence. Hell, even Planet Hulk. But what they're doing now, it's just I don't know. It just maybe I'm in the minority. It just doesn't work for me.
I don't know. Like I said, I see it says we have Len Wein in here. We have Roger Stern as well. Sal Buscema. I'm sold. I mean, I'm looking for more stuff.
Well,
who knows? This will be
Bruce takes an apartment, and there's this hot chick named April Summers that's his landlady, and
Mhm.
the great Kropotkin, is a magician who skipped out on the rent, so she kept all of his shit, and that's what the apartment's decorated as. And then he comes back, and he becomes a side character, and it's fun. It was a good run, and
yeah. Jim
you know,
Starlin's got a story in here too. It looks like Dr. Druid's first appearance.
that's 210 and 211.
Wow.
Yeah, I said this was right after I started.
And the
So I have a
scientist who
soft spot
gave
for
rise to Adam Warlock. Oh, nice. The Enclave. Wow.
I don't want to set a bad example for the kids.
What if books were good? All right.
No, I don't like influence Ash to start smoking. Yeah, he's young and impressionable. All right, so there actually were a couple things. I said that
Yeah.
Atlas thing, I want that really, really bad.
Here's your Black Hawk.
Ooh,
PSR books. 7 and 8.
wow. I didn't realize that. I guess the quality comics version is fallen into the public domain.
Must be.
Because that was one of the titles that DC purchased along the way.
So usually I like looking at this site because it shows a lot more than what Elite Comic Geek does. And some of these are from like a week ago or might be coming up, But these are
Yeah, because I want to say the Hulk Epic Collection came out last week.
Yeah, I think so.
Good Daredevil Epic Collection also.
Last week too as well.
Yeah. I want to say that was a reissue because I could have sworn that had already come out.
Probably. Whoa, let me go back. Did you see there's a John 7 book? Nice. Skip the Hellcat. All that crap, Human Target. I'm looking at this. If my shop has this, I might get this.
What's that? The iZombie?
iZombie complete series.
It's
Al-
good, but given the trajectory you seem to be on these days,
Yeah.
you may like the book next to it better. It's
This one?
no, your other left. Wow, Melvin the what? Melvin the Monster?
Yeah.
Oh my God, there have probably been 6 or 7 different fossils that have shown those.
Tomb Dracula number 3. There's a variant version. Yeah, I got the Moon Knight Epic Collection here. I got that one. Some Parker Girls here too. I said there's a lot of cool stuff trades coming out.
I liked Parker Girls, but yeah, Terry, please, for the love of God, mix it up a little. Yeah, it's woman good, man bad, and that's pretty much every Terry Moore book now.
Well, instead of doing Parker Girls, he can do Parker Boys.
Well, and I said it was just, I don't know. It's a good formula, but at some point it's become a formula.
Here's your Thor by Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron Thor. Who was this? Terry and the Pirates hardcover Master Collection 1940s. That's kind of cool. Of course, Superman All for All Seasons is out again too for like the 10th time.
Yeah.
But this looks kind of.
Yeah, there are other books in that. I'd probably go for like a Steve Canyon or a Smiling Jack before Terry and the Pirates, but that is cool.
Yep. Chopstick Joe. Terry and Hushi from others. He's a Chinese guerrilla leader known as the Blue Tiger. Includes the 1940 dailies and Sundays is unparalleled great. That's cool. I mean, it might be the best, but the fact it's from the 40s and you're able to actually get a chance to read it, I think that's kind of cool. All right, tonight that's it. That's it for the new books coming out. Green Stock Trades, but
Ash, I cut it down by 75% and I don't drink. Let me have this little bit of my one vice left.
yeah, he got rid of the cigarettes and he got a cigar. He has
No,
one week.
no, but he said, no, I did go from 2 packs a day down to 12, which is almost 75%. So that's,
Wait, do we go from 2 packs on the 12 packs?
yeah.
Yeah. This comes out. Yeah, this should be going to tweet. Fantasy 4, Volume 3.
Cool.
And then I think that's gonna be it. But yeah, I said as far as this week, as far as books, not really a lot, but it comes out on the 7th next week. DC New Frontier Deluxe Hardcover Edition. And then for those who want to have the icons, the DC icons, the young adult novels, you can get a box set now.
Ooh.
Yay! I saw this too, Superman Unchained, the deluxe hardcover edition.
Yeah, I think I've got a DC Unchained hardcover, not deluxe, but a regular hardcover.
I don't have
Ollie's was practically giving them away.
a lot of these. I don't have the individual issues. That's why I can justify buying a trade. I mean, all collected versus just going trying to find individual issues. Literally, that's Oh, Dick Tracy. There you go. Volume 3. And there's EC Fanatic number 5.
What is that?
I don't know. Bill Gaines, Dracula, Rudy Knapp, and Richard Hauser. 100 Trades full colors issues about Chockville EC's lore and rare artwork by EC artists, funded by covers by Jack Davis, featuring Frazetta's original hand-colored silver print of this legendary weird science fantasy 29 cover. An unpublished interview with EC Picto Fiction cover artist Pulp Fiction illustrator Rudy Nappi. 1978 visit to Gaines' legendary EC art vault. Cool. Feature on EC Leroy lettering team Jim and Margaret Roten.
Yeah, I think I remember this, but I wonder if this is a reprint of this. This can't be new, is it?
No, it's got to be reprint.
I mean, I can't imagine that there would still be. Well, I could, but
it's a fanzine magazine coming out.
Oh yeah, I know what it is because they used to call, Fanatic. That was their name for their fan base.
Yeah,
and but I didn't know. I mean, I've never seen one, so I don't know if this is like a reproduction of the 5th issue from bygone days, or if this is actually something that somebody's doing now.
I don't know, man. Like I said, it's something. If you've never read it though, it's something to read.
Yeah. What's the price on it?
It hasn't come out yet. It doesn't give me a price yet, but it gives me a product code.
And when is it coming?
The 8th.
I have to look into that also. Yeah, I read a 30-page interview with Bill Gaines from one of the Comics Journal magazines in the 80s. And I'm sure he shocked a lot of people when he came out and said he was a Reagan guy.
Wow.
Because he was known as, he was as counterculture as it got, but he was also a businessman, and he realized that Reagan was good for business.
Right? I'm looking at their collection of Fantagraphics stuff they printed. There's your Terror book. And there's like over 761 entries. Jeez. A lot of political titles, and yeah, there's Heroic, the Bill of Archives.
Now, real quick, go back to that Adventures into Terror. In case we didn't get it, I need to Wits End because that's from 50 years ago, and that's called Alice Comics Library. Okay,
Atlas.
cool. What did I say?
Yeah. I think you said Alice. Alice? I don't know. I'm tired.
I hope it was Alice.
I had dinner before we went live, and I have a heating pad on. I'm just kind of like in that stage where I'm just kind of like, I can just close my eyes, go to bed. Plus, it's depressing outside. It's dark already outside. Well, it's not o'clock, but it was snowing all day. Yeah, it's Christmas time. Mariah Carey is going to show up outside and start singing.
Yeah, did you see that? Someone posted on Twitter. He goes, "Enjoy today because tomorrow she is risen." It's a picture of Mariah Carey.
Horrible.
Now, I didn't mind that 30 years ago when we were selling boxfuls of that hideous Christmas CD.
Yep.
But yeah, that did make me laugh.
I'm not a fan of it.
No, but like I said, if you're selling a bunch of them, you don't have to listen to it. That's different. But
almost a month ago, or beginning of this month, I think it was. I was at a dentist appointment and I heard the Home Depot talking about Christmas trees on the radio. I was like, "Great! I'm at a dentist doing dental work, and I hear Home Depot talking about Christmas. Just kill me now."
Yeah, we just kind of gloss over Thanksgiving, don't we? Now as a society.
Thanksgiving is just basically any day all we do is we just have pumpkin pie, you have our turkey, and that's it.
You watch football all day.
How's it any different than any other day you watch football? It's just having a meal, a larger meal, but you're surrounded by annoying relatives.
Yeah, I think we still get together on Thanksgiving. Like last Christmas, I didn't leave the house.
Well, yeah, COVID.
I think we did a live stream or something at some point during the day, but because I said because for some it was kind of inevitable once Mom was gone.
Yeah,
that was kind of like the glue that kept the two family. So yeah, I can't really say that bothered me too much last year because it was nice not have to
bring something.
Yeah, I mean it's good. And we had family gatherings different times. I mean, just not Christmas Day, the two families separate. Yeah, like my brother's family and my sister's family. And since I don't have one, I just said instead of tagging along with one of them, I said, no, I'm good. I'll just
If you need me, I'll be at home. Just knock on the doorbell, and I'll take the food, and you can leave.
Also, and there were alternatives to the NBA, which to me is not even is a non-starter. I couldn't care less about that anymore.
Right. Yeah, I hear you.
But I think it wasn't Christmas on a Sunday last year, so I think we had all the football games on Christmas this year.
Something like that.
It might be a different story this year, but
I'm just waiting for this would be told that we can't go visit family members because of the new variant COVID. You know what's going to happen. Something's going to happen.
It won't be that.
It'll be something. It won't be COVID, but it'll be something else.
Nah, too far out. They won't be able to sell that again.
There's people still wearing masks at my comic book store.
Oh yeah, like I said, I work with a guy.
I think they'll be able to sell anything they want to sell.
No, but like I said, there's a small segment that would still buy into that. But by and large, we're all done with it. We're more than done with it. I was talking to Joe last night, and he was talking about how Vita and Danny showed up at NYCC in masks.
Wait, he had time to talk to you? Such a busy guy.
And yeah,
you're lucky.
Even he was kind of poking fun at it, and so I said it's only the true believers and the most easily manipulated are still participating in COVID.
What's up with Vita though? Vita, I thought she was done with the industry because
she she stopped putting herself out there because she was so terrified of COVID, and then they realized that, well, we've already got Vita 2.0. We'll just give her the assignment, and we kind of half won because instead of Vita and Danny having books out, it was just Danny.
True.
So that's but it's the comic book industry. They just found another diversity hire lesbian.
It's Hollywood, man. You're gone within a week. No one knows who you are.
You saw the writer of the White Widow he calls herself, she's queer.
Yes.
And White Widow is a self-insert now. She's a lesbian. Because and if the comic, Richard had a great video yesterday about the Sean Gordon Murphy Zorro is actually about his lesbian sister and not Zorro, which to me, should be, if I've been backing that, I would ask for money back, because the same reason why I said about the Rocketeer last year.
Well, the Zorro, what I heard, is supposed to be a modern take.
But it doesn't matter. It's not Zorro. It's his lesbian sister.
Yeah.
And it's a bait and switch.
I would just have Zorro the gay Blade.
Well, just say Zorro's gay sister. But I said, if you're backing a book thinking it's going to be Zorro,
that's true.
You get the sister, that's false advertising.
That is.
But Richard says that the gay section can't be the whole store, or it's a gay store. Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's, I said, it's the only arrow in the quiver.
There's no quiver. I think I was good. I don't know. Like you said, eventually it will pop up, and I'll get a chance to read it or something. But I don't know. What's he asking? My thing is question: what is he even asking for the price? Because a lot of starting prices when it comes to these indie books is like you're asking for like $30.
Well, yeah, it's whatever his kicks are, and then it's going to come out in stores in about 5 or 6 months. But
but what people should be getting, though, if you're going to be doing anything like that, you should be getting. There's a nice basically a book out right now for sale. Went live tonight at 7 p.m. That is Unholy Nightmare by our friend Dolan or Drew. So the link right now in the chat there. It's live. It's $10 for issue 1. I think it's like 23 pages. Art you see on the cover is the same art. Is the same artist doing the interior as well. It's his first time dabbling into superhero stuff. This is an own adventure. This has nothing to do with Merc Publishing. He's on it by himself. Check that out. If you want to say you don't want a PDF, it's like I think it's like $4 or $4 or $5 for a PDF. And then the fulfillment won't be until April or March or April of next year. So look forward to it, man. $10 isn't that bad for a first issue. Only I say it's only because I know who he is. I've read his stuff beforehand. It's something to I trust that he's proven to me in Born in Blood to be a good talented writer. That was his first book series he'd ever done. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm a response to what Ash said. I don't really have a dog in the fight anymore at this point, but he had the ability to be the guy that didn't need to do what he has done.
No, he has the Murphyverse.
Yeah, but it's like I said, with again the all of a sudden plot holes makes a lot more sense. And like I said, the Zorro thing, it's I think he can spin it any way he wants. He is it's trying to appease the unappeasable. They'll turn on him the first chance they get again, because that's what they do, and he will turn on us to try to get back in their good graces again. And at some point, like I said, I think he runs the risk of losing comic book buying fans, and then he's going to be just a more talented SJW that can't sell comics.
True.
And like I said, it is kind of sad in that respect, but then again, I said, I personally, I don't care if that's what he wants to do. Good for him. If it works for him, it hasn't worked for anybody else, but maybe he'll be the exception.
He's like GM. He was bought out. I don't know. Anyway, though, but that's it for tonight. And if you guys haven't already done so and you're not subscribed, why not? You get to see more riveting content like this, where we talk about people that basically fallen from stardom, putting out books that we hate. But not only that, we get to talk about books that we actually do like on these channels as well.
Yep, I was too lazy to type it in, but bingo. That would be what I would be typing in after Ash's last comment.
Yeah. But honestly, though, like I said, I enjoy doing the top 5. I enjoy doing the best of the weeks. I know that Thinking Critical West does his own thing, his own best of weeks, and sometimes he has Drew on there too as well. I honestly hate to say that Marvel and DC or just anything, the comics are dead. Comics aren't dead. Marvel and DC are really, really about 90%, a lot of crap reach company, but there's still a few hidden gems every once in a while. But check out indie books. Check out even if you see you don't like the current modern indie books at all. There's a lot of books back in your comic book stores. You can go back. You can check out all the back issues you want, and a lot of times you get good deals on them because a lot of times shops just want to move the books.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody that not to buy Marvel or DC. I choose not to, with the exception of right now Captain America.
And
but also, I said, if I did not like the the cutesy nonsense, but I said if I don't buy any more issues, I'm not out anything either. It's I'm far more. It's kind of sucks that, like I said, reading 5 issues of an indie series to get to a climate change lecture, very disappointing.
Yeah, just start with the lecture in the beginning, and we can move past it.
Yeah, well, no, start with the lecture, so I don't have to buy the other 5 issues.
That's I mean, yeah, you get past it. You start with the lecture first.
But there are still some decent ones out there, and I realize there are some really good ones that I've missed out on. But again, I said, I've been doing this for 50 years. I've got so much stuff that I haven't gotten to yet. If I miss one, so be it. And I hope to catch the majority of the really good stuff that's out, or at least stuff that interests me. But at this point, I said there's only so many times that the big two can just, mission accomplished. They've driven me out, I think, for the last time. I don't know what they can do at this point to bring me back short of something that's never going to happen, because the ideologues just have roots are too deep.
Are you doing World Finest then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I said that'll be a game time decision, but I'm leaning towards no, because but I said Mark Waid has reverted to type, and I know it doesn't affect his writing, but the company itself, what they're letting the people that work there do to the characters, I said it. I know a couple of writers can choose to ignore it, but eventually, they said if at some point Mark Waid wants to use Alan Scott in a story, the best I can hope for is that he ignores the fact that that the only thing Alan Scott is now is gay.
Yeah,
there's nothing more to him.
I would prefer him not address the sexual outlets, whatever, and just say it's Alan Scott, and nothing to do mention a boyfriend or nothing, and just him just being a hero.
But as much as I like World's Finest, I don't. It's not like I look forward to the next issue. It comes out, I buy it, I consume it, I like it, but it's not. It's not so good that I can't live without it, and that's I didn't buy Green Arrow. Kind of wish I'd read it, but that life goes on. I said it's just at some point you have to vote with your wallet, and these people absolutely hate us. And it's like I said, it's hard enough giving money to a company like for the facsimiles,
True.
But again, like I like to think that it may be a different division because I
Right.
mean, even something. There's probably even a few people at DC that actually still care about comics, and maybe they're all over in that part of the company. I don't know,
No idea,
but
man.
the new stuff from both companies is just 98% trash.
Yep. Like I said, go back get back issues. I'm going through a lot of old stuff that I've never read before, and I'm happy with that right now. I dropped Detective Comics, um, dropped the Batman. I'm still sticking with Superman. I dropped Flash because, well, Flash two
It's
sucks.
unreadable garbage.
It is.
It took
Uh,
them, and that's another thing. Again, this it's not all ideologically driven. My reason for quitting DC, they take a character, good writers redeem him, give fans the book they've wanted for years again, and DC says, "Fuck you." Here's some undiscernible, undigestible gobbledygook from a guy that thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, and maybe he is, but I'd hate to see the other people in that room. And it was 2 issues. Everybody I know that gave that book a chance is already done with it.
yep. And it'll be
Good job, DC.
so I think it'll be canceled by issue 12.
Maybe,
Because
but then who gets it? Megan Fitzmartin.
well, no, I mean, you remember that
It's not going back to Jeremy Adams.
Cy Spurrier did the Constantine book, and it lasted 12
Yeah.
issues, and it was canceled because no one bought it.
Right, but I said, but if they turn, if his version washes out, they may just find somebody worse than that.
They'll probably revert trying to do Barry or something like that. I don't know.
These companies they are so anti comic book fan that it's
I don't know. It's like there might not be a Flash book if this book gets canceled. There's no Flash book, and I'm fine with that because you can't be tarnished anymore. But the great thing is that Jeremy Adams is still doing a Green Arrow book. At the time when Flash was big, there was no Green Arrow books. So
Joshua Williamson. He's doing Green Lantern.
Yeah, Green Lantern. I mean,
Yeah. And I said, I'll probably instinctively reach for that when it comes out, but no, I said
no.
I can't do it.
That's okay. You can live through me, bro. I'll read the books to you.
Yeah, and Asho's worse. Remember, they let Venditti do a story arc, and then we got Cy Spurrier.
Yep.
You want to talk about going from like I said, I'm not that big a Scott Snyder fan, but going from Venditti to Spurrier or Adams to Spurrier, that truly is penthouse to outhouse.
Yep. That's not even Hustler. That's just horrible. That's just like bottom of the barrel magazine nobody wants to touch. But enough about that. Let's kind of end this.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Like I said before, or 40 minutes ago, if you haven't done so, please click like, subscribe. Let us know below what book you currently dropping. Which book did you enjoy? That's a new question we want to know about here. Not only that, what is your top 5? What books are you actually looking forward to that think they're going to be really cool? You actually want to read this week. Let us know down below in the comments section below. And if you can, drop $1 in the Ko-Fi bin. Why? Because every dollar you spend, or even even $1 you spend, you're eligible to help us choose our next readings, which you do on Fridays and Sundays at 7:15 p.m. Central. We do 2 readings per night. They're always very fun. Not only that, any money you spend, it goes to the Ko-Fi, also goes to the helping us out with the channel. Pay for a StreamYard, so you don't see this stupid duck over there in the corner like you see in other people's channels. So you don't see the streamer duck, and also pay for the Marvel and DC books that we use.
And we're raising money for Pixel's finger reduction surgery.
Oh, we're raising money for my beer fund too.
And I will agree with my indie brother there. It was fun. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a bad writer by any stretch.
Yeah,
this is given enough time. Like I said, that man gets in the weeds better than Ash. At some point, I said there's when you trace a 5-minute old character back 5 million years and whatnot. But I said but god damn, it was light years better than Spurrier's.
Right.
So again, like I said, like I said, I do not understand how companies just continue to not give the fans that want to spend money on their product what they want, and continue to try to appease each other and pirates and Twitter warriors. Anyway, before I get back on the merry-go-round, send us out of here.
We're at 6 people finally as we get to leave here.
Well,
That's
what happens when you have not Zach instead of Zach.
Actually, what happens is when you start ranting about how you hate these certain books, that's when we started getting the more views. All right. And hello to Geeky Steve. Thank you for just joining us. We are leaving. Good night.
Good night, kids.
Happy Halloween.